In the peaceful village of Kukrobite, there lived an elderly man named Papa Kweku, known as the village storyteller. Every evening, the villagers would gather under the great baobab tree to listen to his tales of wisdom, of laughter, and of courage. But among them, his favorite listener was his youngest granddaughter, Amma. She was always by his side, her wide eyes filled with wonder as she observed his every word. Papa Kweku's tales were more than stories. They were lessons wrapped in misery and wit. Amma, he would say, tapping her forehead gently, "These stories are treasures. Keep them in here. One day you will need them." One stormy evening, as the wind howled and lightning streaked across the sky, Amma and her mother received devastating news. Papa Kweku had collapsed in the field. By the time they reached him, he was gone. His death left a void in the village, and under the baobab tree, his storytelling chair was empty. Amma was heartbroken. At just 18, she felt the weight of his absence more than anyone. "Who will tell us the stories now?" the children asked. Amma stayed silent, her grief too heavy to respond. Life moved on, but Amma couldn't shake the feeling that she had let Papa Kweku down. He had trusted her with the stories, yet she hadn't found the courage to share them. She spent her days working in the fields and her nights staring at the empty chair under the baobab tree, hearing his voice in her head. The village began to change. Without the wisdom of Papa Kweku's stories, disputes among the villagers grew. People became less patient, less kind, and less helpful. The children, once eager to sit under the baobab tree, now wandered aimlessly, their laughter fading. One day, during a heated argument at the market, Amma heard her mother's voice cut through the noise. "If Papa Kweku were here, he would tell a story to remind us of what truly matters." But who will speak for him now? The words struck Amma like thunder. That night, she sat by the empty chair and whispered, "Papa, I don't know if I can do this, but I will try." The next morning, Amma placed a small stool beside Papa Kweku's empty chair under the baobab tree. Slowly, villagers gathered, curious but unsure. Amma took a deep breath and began. Once, there was a wise old tortoise who lived in a village much like ours. Her voice trembled at first, but as the story unfolded, something magical happened. The children leaned in, their faces glowing with curiosity. The elders too softened their hardened expressions, giving way to smiles. By the time Amma finished, the village erupted into applause. "You did it," Amma, her mother said, tears in her eyes. "You've brought him back." As Amma grew into her role as a new storyteller, her confidence blossomed. But not everyone was pleased. Yao, a young man with ambitions of leadership, began to sow seeds of doubt. Why would a girl be the village storyteller? He sneered one evening. "She's too young. She doesn't have Papa Kweku's wisdom." The village murmured, unsure of who to believe. Amma was hurt but determined. She decided to let her story speak for her. That evening, she told a tale about a stubborn lion who thought he knew more than the rest of the jungle, only to learn a hard lesson in humility. The story erupted in laughter and Yao stormed off humiliated. One day, Amma discovered an old leather-bound book hidden in Papa Kweku's trunk. Inside were notes and half-finished stories, as if he had left them there just for her. Among them was a letter, and the letter reads, "My dearest Amma, if you are reading this, it means you have found your voice. The stories I told were never mine. They belong to all of us. Pass them on, my child. for they are the bridges that connect us to each other. Amma clutched to the letter to her chest, tears streaming down her face. She realized then that Papa Kweku had been preparing her all along. From that day forward, Amma became not just a storyteller, but a healer of the village. Her stories taught forgiveness, kindness, and the value of community. Under that baobab tree, families reconciled, children loved again, and disputes were resolved. The empty chair was no longer a symbol of loss, but a reminder of the power of storytelling. And Amma, with her words, carried Papa Kweku's legacy into the future. Amma's story teaches us that we all have gifts, but fear and doubt often hold us back from